take the upset win. And
yeah, Vertigo.
And he were actually up. They looked better, and it had to be a little bit of a comeback for Sinners into it in the end.
I think that Vertigo is one of those maps, especially when Sinners first kind of came onto our screens with Oscar, that they had so many cheeky like one-ways and different little nuanced ways of approaching the map. So something that they're quite comfortable on here. And yeah, you're right. Like picking up Heat, that was one of those cusp teams, kind of like how we were talking about Big over in the Group A, but Big managed to get through with a breeze. So we're going to set our sights onto Nuke. Get this one underway here. Chopper into some util. Everybody else just going to be rocking that Kevlar. It's a HE and a Molotov in play. So not a smoke at all here. Nade over towards Squeaky. Molly towards main. And Ramp is going to be rushed. Shock to be tested. One shot already lands. He's going to continue to just make mincemeat of this.
Yeah, Shock with lovely kills to start off this pistol. Dexter has pulled one back. It is going to be the advantage maintained here for the CT side of Sinners. See how long they can hold it for. Neofrag has got the dual Beretta still into his ramp room. Chopper trying to fight him has done a good bit of damage here, but the fact that Team Spirit are in this position, it just feels almost impossible. They're severed off. They really just have to fight through a significant choke point. They need some big kills to come in once they decide where they want to go with this one.
Space is, I guess, one of the smaller things the team has to work with right now. They're being given an awful lot of it.
They can go down B.
Yeah, a plant would be great in this environment here. It looks like Sinners are even playing to concede that bomb going down. They just have one player passively now behind the back of the site of Shock.
Yeah, he could give him a bit of a shock. Oh, peeks out to the left side. Now gives away his position. Team Spirit look at the applied pressure. They know how much a bomb plant would mean here. If they can get a bomb plant, it might just stimulate them enough to get the force buy into the next round, but they're really trying to play for the win here, it seems, not committing to the plant. Instead, they come off of it.
Oh!
And when you got Dexter still alive, perhaps you can play for the win. And Chopper, oh no, misses his chance for the kill. So now it is Dexter that has to do everything. The star of the show here for the side of Team Spirit. Dexter drops down, closes the doors, and now doubled up behind it. Oh, they nearly line up. I see a world in which Dexter maybe gets away with that, but Neofry with the dual Berettas puts it right between his eyes, and no plant does come through for Spirit there.
They make it interesting, you're right. They were clearly playing for the round win and not just that financial stimulation coming on through, because otherwise they could have committed to that plan a little bit earlier here. But this was some good shooting out of Shock early, which is why I thought it was funny he couldn't land one as they were trying to run him down towards the lower site. Frag making the most out of those Julies here, and there's Chopper to get the kill that I thought should have enabled the plan alongside of that Screamer out of Dexter there over towards the top ramp position, but they will force on in, and quite a hefty investment to get them down secret. They're even going to use their own Molotov to make sure that smoke wall is not disrupted, but Forzy's going to do some chip damage on a few here. Chopper's down, Patsy low, and into the blender of ZEDKO they go. He's got 1 and 2. This is already destroyed here. No way forward.
Team Spirit loved to try and create that space in this round, but it's just going badly. When you lose the first 2 players, in these kind of moments, you want to try and just get some momentum started, and then you just have to carry it forward and try and get the wind in your sails. But at this point, it should be Sinners closing without losing too many players. First goal inaccurate for ZEDKO, but was able to recover that. And now Magic's back in lobby. Tech9, oh, it does get one. Gets traded out by Neofrag, and the round is Sinners 2-0 now. I got to see kind of the downfall of Sinners visually myself, personally experienced it when they went to V4, which is a LAN tournament for the V4 nations in Europe. And so they came there as a team that went through the play-in and were kind of a team that had high expectations upon their shoulders, and they would lose to teams way below their caliber. They would have upset victories, really struggle in the wins they were trying to get as well. They would really struggle to get through them. So didn't feel like the vibe was too good there. I think I actually even called it a dead team at the event, and a few people had to agree with me because it just didn't look great. And after that, a few months later, Oscar departs the team. You could see it kind of the writing on the wall. So hopefully the Sinners team are now revitalized, even though you lose a big player like Oscar. Just having a change of the guard, right? A new face in the team can give you a new start, a fresh start, instead of having all the baggage from the old team. But that solo 8K from Chopper hasn't worked out. It's gone down towards red.
Yeah, big investment there as well to make. His Dexter has $50 left over, right? So the next buy is going to be looking a little bit curious indeed. They do scoot back up that AK, but the bodies keep hitting the deck. And I think that the biggest thing that Oscar brought to the team, right, was obviously his experience. Now, that's not to detract from the firepower that he was able to contribute to the squad. But I think the experience was the thing. Okay, this is a team that doesn't have a lot of it on the international stage. Oscar can bring a lot of that to the team. he can help set them up. And him being removed from the team, I don't know. It puts a lot of question marks here. Now, they have been able to get this AK back in the hands. They've even been able to pick up 2 kills and a lot of damage. So Beastie can force the R low.
Yeah, when you get Dexter with AK into his hands, who knows what he's able to pull off here. Patsy and Dexter, once time ago, I believe, played together. And their sort of fringe team in the CIS region. Dexter charges out, does die before time, and it's going to be 3-0 here for Sinners. Good start on the CT side. And you can see kind of want to pick up the pistol there on the T side, but if they win this first gun round, Team Spirit might just get them into things early.
See what's happened here as well. So they have dropped the AK across to Dexter to make sure that he can have the rifle. Chopper's just going to operate with the Deagle here. So I guess trying to keep that cash low early. Can understand the thought process there, but going to mean their first gun round isn't a full buy for everybody.
Had a little update there from the H stream. Ents currently leading 6-1. It was a lucky pistol clutch in the 1v1 to get the first round for Heat, and 6 CT rounds in a row now from Ents. And this round, a slow start, slow approach for Team Spirit, leaving Magics in the lobby. And Team Spirit just holding, waiting for utility to bombard them towards outside. They'll start to throw their own in now.
Yeah, so taking their time about this one here. Spirit not rushing. Warehouse smoke will land. A couple more raining through the sky. Looks like they're going to be setting up the L block smoke here. We've seen how this one is utilized by teams. You can creep behind it. You can use it to peel into main. You can find an avenue or two. But flash forward, taking the fight. ZEDKO is able to find one.
Yeah, he's able to get back behind cover as well and maintain that advantage without giving it away. It's a bit rough here for Team Spirit. Under a minute left. Still a lot of time, but they've lost another player. Magix, who was the lobby player to cut off rotations and maintain control there, has actually gone down. So Team Spirit haven't won the battle of outside. They haven't got control of lobby. Now they have to go back in with 3 players. This is not a good start for Team Spirit whatsoever. Feels like they're not in this round.
Yeah, I don't know how you get back into this round either. They could smoke main, molly behind CT vent, try and pop on out Squeaky, get a fight or two. Dropping down the vent to force an avenue towards that B bomb site might be on the agenda as well. There's that prefaced utility as they are looking for a fight. B-Stick up on the top rafter. He's ready to lock this one down, and they are coming forward. Siren leading the charge. ZEDKO taken 2, and Dexter the only one to find any real response to this. Is left in a 1-on-3 situation. No option left but to save. So he's going to back on out through the lobby. The round will transpire, and 4-0 now for Sinners. This is quite a good start for them.
It is a very good start. They've kind of left Spirit looking bewildered in their first gun round and unable to get off to a good start at all. This is the first time I believe they've played Nuke, these two sides so far here at the RMRs in Bucharest. We had Sinners start their affair here with a Vertigo matchup against Heat that they picked up, and then they had a matchup versus Copenhagen Flames on Overpass. For the side of Spirit, they started their affair on Mirage versus Ents, lost 16-11, and then beat ASG on Dust 2, 16-6. So the first time we see these two teams compete on Nuke, and yet to win a round on it are Team Spirit going to the tactical timeout after their initial gun round failure.
And these two teams actually played against each other in the qualifiers to get themselves to the RMRs. They played within the second RMR Open qualifier, and Sinners versus Spirit was in the final of that one right there, where Sinners got the better of them 16-14 on Mirage. So then maybe that impacting the map choice here a little bit today. It's crazy, like Spirit were in there as part of that CIS revolution when we're talking about all the teams from the region.
It felt like they were a tier 1 team, and now it feels like they're rebuilding again.
Yeah, and that's happened very quickly, hasn't it? Big gap in the smoke wall towards Yard here.
Wow, massive smoke, and they're trying to boost over the top, but let's just cast our mind back to the major, the last one in Stockholm. Spirit were a competitor there. They were a team that we thought would go far enough in the tournament. And after that, it all went downhill, just straight after the major. And they're not in a position, really, to go deep or compete at the major with this roster, I don't think. Going to be charging down Secret. They're putting some pressure onto Neo because they know he's stuck inside the vent, and so they can't throw pistols and bodies at him and take his rifle out of his corpse's hands. Dexter now looks towards Warehouse. There is a player here. ZEDKO's played this position a couple of times. Dexter nearly reacts in time, but ZEDKO takes him out. And another kill for Sinners that puts them up into the advantage position again.
Let's just have a look at Spirit here and their results on Nuke. They've won the last 4 on the trot on Nuke, so a map that they definitely feel comfortable on. Even beat OG in some of those RMR qualifiers as well. So
everyone's had a go then.
Yeah, and that's maybe one of the reasons we saw OG go into Vertigo. Remember how they played Vertigo in that final game against Eternal Fire, came back to bite them in the ass. Nuke for this Sinners roster.
F's in chat for OG.
It hasn't been great for this Sinners roster on Nuke, really. They lost to Apex most recently on it. Lost to, they beat Enterprise, they lost to Tricked, lost to Gamer Legion.
I'm interested to see that Apex team in the future. I would have liked to have seen them here, but that team looks pretty interesting. If you're not familiar with the Apex roster, it's ZEDKO, Jacob, Chawsey, Asilian, and Nuke. Very exciting team, actually. I think they're going to do some damage in the future.
Yeah, interesting roster to be put together, really. Just some remnants of other teams, right? Obviously, we had Jacob over there with Extremum, ZEDKO over there within that FPX team.
Nuke obviously getting replaced by Device in NIP.
Yeah, that one you can't argue with, can you?
Well, now.
Now maybe you can. Hindsight being 2020 and all that jazz.
Well, ZEDKO, it's going to play behind the smoke wall, deliver some spam through it, and once again, it is an opening here for Sinners. It's Shock that's pushed in towards ramp. Siren and Patsy are both down at the start of the round. This is a gun round for Team Spirit, and they've lost 2 players from the get-go.
Yeah, you say once again, right now flawless in openings of Sinners, 6-0 in that department here, and when you're limping into a round on the T side of Nuke with no space, no territory, and down 2 men, what are you meant to do? Even though this is the 3 more experienced members of this team, Magix, Dexter, and Chopper along for the ride, you just have to dig yourself out of a massive hole, and so far Sinners haven't been overstepping the mark as far as rotations go. Great decision here from NeoFrag to get ahead of this smoke, just to deny any drops down the vent. Chopper trying to find some room to work with towards Yard, and well, one more time, this passive warehouse position has been the home for ZEDKO. An absolute nuisance here. Is Chopper going to be prepared for it? Seems like he has a different target every time.
Magix. Should pull one back here for Spirit, but almost immediately the response is held by ZEDKO towards Chopper, who does not consider his position. And limping out towards the site. The remaining 2 players of Spirit, now just Dexter. Gets his way down the vent. He's going to try and sprint to the site here, but look who's waiting for him. Shock up on top of the cylinders, able to take him out. He's not ready for it. Dexter thought maybe he had a chance there for a plant, but a horrible start, really. The worst start you can imagine coming in for Spirit.
And the thing is, right, like the scoreline, you could be expecting a 6-0 scoreline start on the CT side of Nuke, sure. That's not really anything that's too unexpected, but it's the way that these rounds have gone, right? We're talking 6-0 in terms of opening duels. We're not looking at any rounds being even relatively close so far. The pistol was one where it felt like they were drawing it on back. When you look at the kills as well, that seems to be a big drama here. 3 is the most, and that's for Dexter and Siren in all of this. Out ramp quickly, that's the Chopper special, and Forzy. He's done 1 with the AWP. I don't think he wants to repeat that against the Tech-9s.
There's no Chopper to get to this time. They're going to get down through ramp.
No rotation just yet. So there is an avenue of assault in towards B. Maybe an opportunity now to get this bomb down and start heating things up a little. They stick down the vent. The rotation coming through Secret as well. They have been able to find Roost in towards this lower side of the map here. The bomb to get the digits punched on in. Magic to plant that one wide and open. But look at all the utility now for this retake. Sinners, they can piece this one together here as a unit. Flashing forward, allowing this maneuver.
Door swings wide, pistols go in. It's 1% go, but a double from Siren. Nearly recovered there by NeoFrag. It will be. And he'll close the round out. Team Spirit get a bomb plant and make it messy for the first time.
Yeah, well, it's a good job, and I like that decision-making as well to brute force in through the door and take the fights as a unit. They're trading off one another, trying to make this one at least a little bit interesting. Siren's leading the pack now up to 5 kills, 4 in total for Dexter here. But 7-0 the scoreline reads, and this dialogue needs to change, and now. Those doors copping more than enough harassment. You can see the massive holes being blown on through. You know what those holes in the doors remind me of? You know, when I've never been to a therapist that's done this, but you know, they give them like the ink splotches and they go, what do you see?
Yeah, so what do you see in this?
What do you see in the broken doors, everybody at home? Let us know.
Bullet holes, Chad. I mean, your therapist would probably think it's, you know, maybe get you some more help if you just had bullet holes.
That's true.
Maybe it says a lot. Maybe it's just Counter-Strike.
No, I always think like maybe when they're completely blown off, it could look a little bit like wings.
Yeah?
Yeah, because when the doors are closed but the holes are blown through, could be some wings there.
Like a Viking Blood Eagle.
Or like a Batman logo.
Okay, that's a little less graphic than what I've suggested.
Heat are battling back into this 7-4, starting to get some traction now on their T-side of Ancient. You want to check that one out, twitch.tv/PGL, or head to the YouTubes, type in PGL, get the live stream, watch it in 4K. You can pause, you can rewind, you can do all that good stuff over there.
Yeah, right now we have a tech problem. I think Team Spirit are broken at the moment, so we're trying to fix them. See if they can get on the T side here. In terms of also going back to the holes, does remind me actually of The Shining. Here's Johnny.
I haven't seen that movie.
You've never seen The Shining?
No, I don't. I'm not really a fan of scary movies, horror films. I don't watch them.
Okay.
I've never really seen the appeal of scaring myself.
Yeah, of like messing your mind up with darkness and just polluting it till and then you go to bed. Yeah, it's kind of. I agree, Chad. You know, I used to watch a few of them. I think most horror movies are terrible now, and it's not great filling your mind with negativity.
But I would like to know if there is an appeal, right? Because I know that there are people out there who genuinely enjoy watching them. What is the appeal, right? What do you enjoy? I don't want to hear I like the storylines or the scripting or the plot. I want to know like because the movie
maybe it's like a roller coaster. You get like a you get a thrill. You get sort of like an adrenaline rush.
Okay, yeah. Look, that one right there would be harder for me to argue with, wouldn't it? So let us know.
We do love stimulus, human beings, and we're being stimulated by ZEDKO's play as, again, he gets away with an opening.
8-0 now in the opening kill department, and this seeming similar to what Astralis were doing to Ents yesterday on Overpass. The flash is perfect. Look at this, the wombo combo. Another one hits the deck. The AWP of Dexter doesn't even get a chance to respond, and the 3-on-5, we've been here before. Make it 2-on-5, pack it up, 8-0, 0-0-0.
Goodbye. That is, this is not the Spirit I remember.
No, they need like, they need a chant going on right now. So everybody at home, channel your energy for Spirit if you're a Spirit fan.
Give your Spirit to Team Spirit.
Rah, rah, stick 'em in a jar. Go Spirit. That was me trying to get them excited.
Spam. What would you spam in chat for Spirit? There's nothing that rhymes with Spirit.
You're right. What does? Let's see what. I'll get into Twitch chat. I'll see what's going on. Maybe they have something.
Spam this. What rhymes with Spirit?
Not a lot, actually.
Disparate. Empiric. Satiric.
Not a lot.
Pyrrhic. Yeah, you've kind of screwed yourself there. An esports organization that is impossible to make a chant for. Great. That's something I've never thought about. Smells like Team Spirit, I guess, is the only thing we've got.
Yeah, that's true. But it's a great little reference there, isn't it? Well, it looks like Sumda Young is actually in the Twitch chat, and he's just spamming a Spirit logo.
Now that's the way to do it.
That could be one way to get it done.
Well, Sumda Young, hope you're doing well.
Like we mentioned this the other day with Dota when we were talking about OG, like maybe teams are truly not allowed to have a roster good in Dota and a roster good in Counter-Strike, because the Spirit team in Dota, they won TI, right? The most recent TI. So maybe that's just an unspoken rule. And
immediately after, they kind of made the team worse, right? So it's interesting. They made a lot of roster moves. So and maybe that's true, Chad. Maybe you peel behind the curtains and someone from Valve is going to drag you out of the room. You know, Gabe's coming to get you.
We're going to send a formal invitation to Gabe one day for a major. We'll write him a lovely letter.
Signed by the community.
Well, that's the thing. Has he ever been invited? Has anyone ever said, hey, Gabe, you want to come? People are like, why doesn't he come? But you need to invite him. You need to ask him.
So, someone order a Steam Deck. When he comes to your door, ask him if he wants to come to the CSGO Major.
Actually, that's a great idea. Make some content out of that here. And we're making a little bit of content of this game so far. Can Team Spirit get their first opening frag? Maybe, just maybe. ZEDKO bleeding internally here, chipped on down to 17 points of health, and Patsy's seen enough a yard. He's going to regroup with the team as they start to line themselves up for a bit of a top pop. Only towards the hut. Going to flush nobody back as Frag playing from the top rope. He does love this position.
45 seconds. Team Spirit have yet to lose a player. So this is a good start. This is better than they've had any round so far. I see one there. Let's hear it for Team Spirit. That's a good one. Now 30 seconds. Is Patsy out? It's a good opening. Finally cracking open the round. Magic's following up and Chopper getting involved. Shock in the back of the site. Won't give them an electric shock. It is just Forsey left alone. And finally, Team Spirit have got around on the board.
Oh, this is where it can all begin here, and I think they'll even rip this AWP out. It's got the Tech 9 in hand. Peers around the corner. Dexter ready for that. And even get his AWP, the prized possession in for The main AWPer over there for Spirit. The round has been broken, and yeah, finally they found that opening kill. So it's amazing how much you could do with just that. My favorite one with Sinners is, there was a saying that my mother always used to say, which was, winners are grinners, right?
Okay.
But you can just say winners are sinners.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Because they are winning 8-1 right now, and they will call their first tactical timeout to have a little bit of a chit-chat about what just went wrong. ZEDKO has 17 kills. He has been blistering hot.
A lot of them openings as well. I feel like he's got a lot of action, has he not, towards outside, Chad?
A little bit of a gander here. He's 4-0 in the opening kill department. 2-0 for Shock, 1 for Neo, and 1 for Forzy. It's Beastick who gave up the first opening kill over towards Patsy, who has now found his second kill. So a big second kill.
There's a little head-to-head between Neofrag and Dexter. It's 1 now. Team Spirit's turn to try and put some consistent success together. If they can string 2 rounds in a row, maybe this is where Team Spirit could have platformed to maybe take a run up into this game again. ZEDKO, he has been a nuisance. He's towards outside around the smoke again. They are waiting it out. Team Spirit have been very passive towards outside because they're worried about the initial utility, but in doing so, that actually gives you a bit of control on the CT side, and ZEDKO is going to take it.
They're very, very aggressive here. So if they don't follow through on Yard, you have all that early info. We're starting to limp these smokes forward now. When Patsy in the previous is the individual who pushed ZEDKO back on down and 17 points of health. Coming for the hard clear, up, over, and not able to get away with it here. ZEDKO 5-0 with those openers now.
And this is Team Spirit back into the bin again. The only round they've won is where they get the advantage. We'll see if they can pull this one back. They've got to do it in hard mode. They haven't really gained any ground just yet. We've still got Dexter up on top of Silo with that AWP, but the rest of the players getting ready for this top-sided hit. Molly goes into the back of the site, one to CT vent. Now the commitment forward. Flash is going out. It is Beastick just peeking down into a single door. ZEDKO helps him out, and the kills just keep raining in. That was a spam from main in towards the site. Team Spirit, they're down to 2 players. Siren at least gets one back onto the head of Beastick. Now drops back into the lobby because he's worried about the ramp push forward. You can see how paranoid Team Spirit are here, and there's still so much to do.
And there's so little time to do it. Down now to the 15-second mark, and I think the AWP and AK are just going to be saved across here. Up the ladder, Dexter will slink, and it's the best option they have in this scenario. Lost Bonus is going to help out Patsy and Chopper for the buy. Dexter can drop an AK across. And that's unless the hunt comes on through, but just going to sit back and allow them to hold on to their goodies. Sinners, they'll take their 9th round of play, and this is quite a fantastic showing early. I think it's about just avoiding giving over any of these T rounds at this point. If you're having such a go of things right now, why not keep it going? ZEDKO at this point has shown a few now more different looks towards Yard. Aggressive, he's been in Warehouse a bunch, he played in Secret in that previous. So if you're Spirit, do you really want to keep heading towards that side of the map? We talk about how this map of Nuke, traditionally for a lot of teams, the play has to come through smoke walls, creating all the mystery, the smoke and mirrors, forcing those rotation points. Well, Chopper, I think he's had enough of this. Out he goes. Cross smoke down, avoiding the lion's share of damage from that, and he's forward, he's fighting, and he's looking for ZEDKO, who's peering back down into Secret here. So a gap has been created towards the Warehouse position if they ever so would like. It is this AWP of Forzy to deal with that.
Beastick, forced into the open. Forzy getting it done as well, and Team Spirit just toppling by the wayside. It's like a hurricane's just come in and shredded their whole village. It's 10-1 now. They're just getting torn apart.
Well then, this is the 3rd timeout now for Spirit. They're not putting up a fight whatsoever, are they? The highest amount of kills right now is Siren on 7, 5 for Dexter, 4 for Magix, 3 for Chopper, 2 for Patsy. They've had 1 opening kill in 11 rounds of play. They need rounds, and now the scoreline's 10-1. This is just an absolute drubbing, and ZEDKO is having an absolute field day. He's the only player on double digits, and not is he only on double digits, he has 21 kills. The next closest in the entire server is 9. That is crazy.
It is wild, isn't it? That's some crazy numbers. It's 10-1. You mentioned strong CT sides. Well, this is very strong.
He has 185 ADR.
It feels like no one's even replied or even tried to deal with him.
He still died 6 times somehow and has 185 ADR. He's got 7 multi-kill rounds. He's 5-0 in openings.
He's farming them up. Team Spirit, the crop to the farm. Siren. Oh, this is a little bit quicker for Team Spirit. Much more assertive. B-stick towards CT vent, but his teammates have covered him off. Neofry gets shocked, just shut it down, and Spirit, they aren't even getting kills. Slowed it down again. They're forced to hold.
The thing is, we can't know any more than we already have how they're starting these rounds in number disadvantages, but it's not like they're even trading those kills back. And I know a lot of players talk how difficult it is against silenced M4s to get those trades on through, but look how many AKs are picked up right now. It's 3 bloody AKs, 1 silenced M4 and an AWP. This is just an absolute destruction right now. Sinners are ruthless.
Team Spirit really forced into a position where it doesn't feel like they're in the round. They have no utility left apart from these 2 smokes. You can use those, but you haven't got the flashes, you haven't got mollies yet. This is a rough position to be in for Team Spirit. They're going to try and walk their way down without using the smokes. And fair play to them, they have actually got some secret control here.
Right now, let me get this out before any kills happen. Team Spirit combined, all 5 members have the same amount of frags as ZEDKO.
That is just...
If that doesn't put this into a bit more context for everybody playing at home, I don't know what does. Dexter's still so passive lobby. There's 20 seconds left. 2 players need to brute force their way in towards B, and they just can't. Ahead of the smoke, chop it down. 1 man standing, Siren. He'd love to get the plant. His team would love it too. Takes a fight, starts to punch on in the digits, and here they come, spamming on through, and oh, he will get the plant. So at least that's something.
Yeah, they got a bomb plant, so they got some money.
The little victories, I guess.
It's a glass half full mentality, but 11-1. There's no way of putting this other than, Team Spirit are getting destroyed right now. And it's going to feel strange to them, I'm sure. They're just unable to compete in the early fights. They forced their way through so many times out into this A side, but the initial kills just immediately come in for Sinners. It felt like they tried to catch some explosive play there. I'd like to see some ramp presence from Team Spirit here. They haven't really manipulated or tried to challenge down ramp. They've been going for a lot of top side hits to the door and hut. It's just getting taken out every single time. Some pressure towards ramp, even to just try and fight for that early pick would be cool to see, but here they come. And the AWP is set up, and it's actually got tied in that molly. Magix hears that.
Yeah, that's their own molly, right, to try and find that space. So trying to get a little bit aggressive there, looking for a pick, and not like they need to look for them. The picks keep coming their way towards yard with 3, up and over. You can see him. Neo is about to shoot him in the back.
How is he here? Spray comes in, no reaction from Chopper, and a couple of seconds into the round, the CT side on top silo behind the T's.
This is so insane. You could just see in yard multiple players there walking behind the smoke with absolutely no idea. What happens here? I'm watching it back right now. I'm just trying. He just honestly just goes straight through hut. They're still having a meeting outside of lobby as he's on T roof. They're in lobby entrance during all of this having a conversation. He's just jumped up and over. Peers, catches the head. Oh, and 2 of them dead. Absolutely insane.
Team Spirit getting toyed with right now. It's not going to feel good. We'll put it that way. I'm sure the mood in the camp is quite quiet at the moment. You see not too much chit-chat as Magix and Dexter try to maneuver their way into a 2 versus 5. With 24 seconds to begin their walk down to B. Magix smokes out the doorway. Molotov up towards the control room window to flash to allow the cross of his teammate if he wants to go and help him, but that decon gets swung open. Magic's getting mollied, forced away into the wider fight. Utility again, stopping the plant. Magix does take a headshot, now has to commit to the plant itself. More Dexter covering it up to the rafters. They're trying to pull it off, but Neofry just lines them up. They drop down from the rafters, they drop down into his crosshair, and they both eclipse one another to allow the spray down for 2. I was starting to get into a world there in which Magix and Dexter pull off a 2 versus 5, and that's the kind of round that fires your team up and gives you a bit of hope to maybe walk away with 4, but the fact that they don't find that, and now we're looking at 12-1, there's not much hope here. A 13-7 over on the other stream, at least there's something to talk about over there, and we're close to the side of Heat for a little while. There looked like that game was coming back, and starting to get a little bit of leg room to try and close that one out.
This is absurd. Patsy as well, right? It's not just opening duels. Patsy is 1 for 7 in opening exchanges. And ZEDKO is 5-0. Neofrag is 3-0.
Well, at least Patsy won the only opening duel.
Which got them their only round. They're into the top side. Siren, he's grabbed one and almost a double, but stalled out now. The trades are coming in thick and fast, and Shock just going to lock it down.
He has just absolutely destroyed them. Now that transfer onto two. Magix at least wrapping around the back of the site. Takes out Shock and Dexter and Magix. They get into the round. It's another one for Team Spirit. It is Magix and Dexter, the two players that you want to see do the heavy lifting in this team. And they have done a bit of it.
Well, there's a clear correlation right now to rounds 1 for Team Spirit.
Opening kills.
Like, that's it.
They won it. They get it first kill. They win the round.
So at least they've got something, right? 12-3 on the half. I can build the story. 12-3, something to work with here. The pistol conversion. They start to mount a bit of the CT wall. Sinner's struggling on out. And okay, well, I guess they're happy with that one. Let's...
Gap. Oh, ZEDKO absolutely should have taken that. I'm sure he's kicking himself about not finding it, but there's an opening again. It's on to ZEDKO. Four v 4 early in the game.
At least there's one drawn back, right? When we've seen these opening kills come in before, it's been multiple. It's been 3-on-5 walking around lobby like some lost soldiers. This time, at least, they're able to play in an equal number fight right now, but what can they manifest?
Still seems like there is a bit of positivity about the Team Spirit team at the moment. Perhaps they can pull off a miraculous comeback if they get a third round too. Smokers out towards main. This angle from Shock, he is playing that close position at ramp. It's a pretty difficult spot to get away with, but he is going to get a double. They don't check him too hard, and taking 2 kills, that puts Spirit in a real tough spot. 2 versus 4 as they now have to think about winning the clutch again. It's Dexter and Chopper this time. At least the kill's been pulled back by Dexter.
Look at this rotation. Everybody's lower for Sinners right now.
Yeah, that's wild.
They're fully committed to this. It might be the right call, but I think they've just realized exactly what I said. Everybody drops back
so, hold on.
up the vent.
Another kill for Chopper on B. The rotation should be back now. So a 2v4 back into the 2v2. Team Spirit now leaping down to the side. Chopper will close those doors away. B-Stick, if he opens it, on the other side, it's Dexter. He's going to see the barrel. He's going to see him in the position. And oh, the doors just swing open and closed. And it's just Chopper down into the 1v2, trying to take his team to 3 at the half. And lovely headshot from Chopper. And one more needed. Forsey on the AWP. Just waiting for Chopper to walk on by, but the patience game for Chopper is just holding the doorway, waiting for the AWP to come around, and Chopper closes. A third round for Team Spirit, getting hyped up, getting another round locked in. They know the hard work begins now, because that first half was nowhere near good enough, but at least the positivity seems there.
The question is now, is it enough? And I think with the way that you lose that round if you're Sinners, it is a great half score put-wise, but to lose that one right there, he's going to feel a little bit sour. Yeah, because Shock did so much hard work with this double kill. Then they over-rotated, then they rotate back, and then, well, stranded on the site is just poor Shock. So maybe doubting themselves here after that over-rotation comes in. But a nice couple of quick ones here from Chopper to close this one down. An opportunity now for Spirit. At least they've given themselves a base to work with. It won't just be over if they do lose the pistol. And now the question mark is Sinners. Do you have a better looking T-side? Because I guess at this level of Counter-Strike, anything is possible. And I don't even mean that flippantly. I mean it quite seriously. So let's see. Spirit on the defense. What can you muster? Julie's for Siren. Ramp fast. Okay, not much thought into these strats, is there?
Nope, Magix. Well, he is taken down to 2. Very lucky to be alive there. And actually, that could cause a problem because he's still alive, still kicking. Not for long, though. Gets cleaned out by ZEDKO. And Patsy, needs to be careful. He's down to 25. They're chasing after him. They're trying to find that kill. And very luckily, Patsy hasn't fallen down here. T-Con is closed. Patsy held behind it. His teammates have now rotated down to assist. That nade is going to go to the corner at ZEDKO. Takes him down to 46 HP. Flash now dropping down as Chopper. Shock, starting to find some action here. 2 on the clock. Neofrike towards the double doors. The Chopper is rattling after him, but they haven't pulled the kill. Team Spirit, the time is starting to tick. They need to get back into the site now. That is the factor they have to worry about. Siren's Chopperettas are rattling for kills. The swing up from Neofrike. And Siren now, the time is starting to elude them. Winning the round looks impossible. He's going to try and take some kills on the way out, but no round win will be happening here. 13 for Sinners. A pistol picked up. That does feel a bit impossible now for the comeback of Team Spirit, unless they want to force buy here.
Yeah, the force buy is the one thing that could at least give them back an opportunity into this. And I think because of the kills that Siren was able to pick up there, he can drop an M4. This is something we're seeing happening more and more with that 2900 of the silenced M4. A lot of teams like to either buy that or a FAMAS on their CT side. They'll drop it across to one of their individuals here. And there you go, Dexter's going to be given that from Siren. So he needs to make a lot work with this. And he plays that rotated position for the team. So a very influential position. But if they're able to just circumvent him, avoid that M4, get into a site and get the bomb down, the potency of all of that means it should just be saved across. They've limped the smoke out towards the squeaky door position. Denies it for now, but the CTs don't have a lot more utility to keep this one denied.
Flashes are good, utilities perfectly placed. And
look at this smoke wall they've created here, ZEDKO. This is actually quite creative. They've thrown 2 smokes to get
really
themselves
cool.
across towards CT vent. This is actually quite interesting.
Very interesting. A wall of smokes on the site itself. That's very cool. Now they come back down into Magix. The vent dive have been told, but will Magix be able to get much more than that? The 5-7 Fairy Tail, his teammates helped him out. Fairy Tail perhaps, but Neofrag. Oh,
Woof.
They are so quick.
I don't think he believes that second one he hit. That was a big shot. Couple of bangers. I could see what they were lining up there because the first smoke that they threw, it wasn't like off the wall to land and just obscure a vent. It was actually, they left a big avenue to see if anybody was CT vent. They could also take the fight towards main. That was a really curious little setup that they just had there.
Might have to steal that one for a matchmaking games, Chad.
Interesting. I don't think I've seen that type of approach before. So cool to see Sinners, who are a creative team, coming up with something fun.
Yeah, very cool. And it's given them 14 rounds. They're 2 away now from victory. Team Spirit did not win that reply, and are now down in pistols. So 15 rounds are going to be conceded, and I think it's fair to say this one's probably done.
Yeah, and once again, as my mother used to say, winners are grinners, and the winners are sinners. So 15-8 over there for Heat versus Ents. That game is almost done and dusted. A fantastic performance from Spinks, who, guys, listen to me when I tell you this. The scoreboard says he has 40 kills.
40 kills.
The scoreboard says Spinks has 40 kills. Is that correct? Am I reading this correctly?
40 kills.
Is this true? Could someone let me know if this is correct? It does say Spinks
has 24. That sounds
How
good.
can he have 40 kills?
40 kills in a
that right?
16-8 game.
Is that right?
How?
Yeah, how?
How could he have 40
I don't know.
kills?
I feel like I've just lied to everybody, but the scoreboard on HLTV definitely says 40 kills.
So how many rounds were played, Chad? Let me do the math here.
24.
So 24 rounds.
Is that right?
Surely can't be.
How?
So if he got an ace every round, there's 120 kills available in total.
I feel like I've lied to everybody.
So he's got 40 kills.
Apparently that's correct.
That's wild.
What?
There's 120 available kills in the rounds, and he's got 40 of them.
How?
Out of 5 of his teammates, and Dihad took 24 of them.
Launders, we need this one in a demo, mate.
We need the Spinks demo, I think. Coach Lau needs to review that one.
40 kills?
Yeah.
I'm bloody baffled.
That's wild, isn't it? Crazy stuff. I need to watch that one back. Spinks on 40. All right. Well, here we are, 15-3. No one's dropping 40 bombs here, but ZEDKO's got 23.
Maybe 4 rounds for Spirit.
Yeah, maybe 4. There could be a 4 somewhere. If not, then it is done.
Well, there's a 4Z.
4Z, yeah. There's a couple of those chances.
40 kills.
Yeah, she's just blown away.
What?
For rightful reasons. Here comes ZEDKO. On towards the hut. Siren towards the back of the site. Actually gets away. Quite a bit of damage down to the second. It's looking good here for Team Spirit. Neofrag still alive though, and when he is alive, you never really can count the round out. Alongside Forsey, drawing the numbers back, and they double up towards Heaven. Information then passed on to Forsey. There's 2 players in that one spot. He will tap this. And he's actually going to stick it. All right, this might draw them forward. Bomb planted, committed to. Now they go for the top. Magix immediately takes his head off his shoulders. So another round here. A 4th round will be picked up for Spirit.
Fair enough. Okay, we'll keep it going. I stood up, I turned the light on, I was getting ready for my camera time, but we'll see how long Spirit can extend this one. Spink skill player, but that is not normally this very, very insane. They need to check him PC and game. Maybe he not cheating, but maybe he using the game deficit. And this can't seem on game screen. He needs to check up.
Deos FPL cheater was streaming.
Hey, look.
All right.
Yeah, you can't deal with the copy pastors around here. 40 kills. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see. The Spirit comeback. It might require 40 kills to come on through. An OT required to get this one done. Run booster, Rooney. Look at this. Quick, fast, and forward Pawsy. Flashed on up and forced on back. It's not very PogChamp right now for Team Spirit.
Poggers.
A bit more KEKW right now as Pawsy will get boosted on up after the flashes have subsided and has some room to work with here. No AWP on the other side, just Patsy out towards the single box, trying to find himself a jarring angle for a fight or two. Spam on through, and Shock, with a bit of unconfirmed damage, has been chipped on down to 36, so that is actually going to sting. He's donating some util here for Mr. B-Stick, the in-game leader, going to throw out some util to try and set themselves up. Dribbles one forward. Has grabbed the second and trying to assemble this smoke wall, but Patsy going to start taking them apart one brick at a time. Pawsy hits the deck and B-Stick's still going to crawl forward. Look at all the smokes towards yard 4, including the CT one-way that's been dropped and passing each other. B-Stick will get the control, will get the space, but they have this number disadvantage. Remember, Shock took all that damage earlier.
It's slow here for Sinners. They've got one smoke available. It's still in the hands of Neofrag, and it's going to be deployed towards main. So, topside hit finish here for Sinners. They're going to see if they can take them out. Has been a little descent here from Sign. He played on top hut, and as soon as he goes in to fight the door, they start charging at him. The timing couldn't be worse for him to reposition. Dexter with a double towards the back of the side, and he rips apart 3. Good hold here for Dexter, and he will close it out. Fantastic stuff. I've seen some big rounds from Dexter towards that position.
Yeah, whether it's with the AWP or whether it's with the rifle weight, you see a lot of AWPers have that maneuver. They'll drop in late, so maybe comfortable with playing behind that side position. A great round there from Dexter. See if he can lead them back into this game. But wouldn't it be quite the comeback here? Would be one we might be talking about for years if he brings this one back into play. This was the opener out towards yard, so the space not taken. Patsy with a nice one. Crack this one. Nice shot here, back in his aim there, Dexter, why not? Hit some bangers before, and a good one. So they're slowly getting into things now. Remember, we spoke about opening kills within that first half as such an issue, such a huge issue. And they're really even struggling with it here in the second half of play as well. So only a few rounds have gone on by, but they will need to start turning that on its head, especially here on this CT side. Don't want to be putting yourself in number disadvantages against the Ts who are going to be soaking up all that space towards Secret and Heaven.
Yeah, this round should be no problem. I mean, look at the buy here. Not really a buy at all for Sinners. Deals out. A couple of players looking to chip away at Team Spirit. Costing them a bit of extra cash. ZEDKO, so good in the first half. He's going to try and get a Deeg shot here in this one. Walks in behind the outside smoke. Just holding, biding their time, and a boost being assembled.
Yeah, with the Deagle as well. You see this with the AWP, bigger one of the teams that like to run this, so they may as well stay in this position.
It very rarely gets a kill, though. It's just inaccurate when you're up on top of it. You can do some damage, and Dexter's just, all right, where am I getting shot from? What is this pesky pistol? Is able to react and take it out. And that boost is cool in theory, but you're never really accurate, and when you take the shot with the AWP, sometimes it'll miss or you'll hit the leg shot. It's pretty difficult to get something from that a lot of the time. Did
we jinx ZEDKO?
Did we jinx him?
Because we were talking about him at 21 kills when Spirit had just the exact same amount as ZEDKO. Now here he is on the screen. He's only managed 3 kills since we mentioned that. He was at 21, now it's 24. Now look, they are still owning, and Neofrag showing up. Oh, they open the squeaky and the lower door at the exact same time. You see that?
Yes,
so
they have no
I'm
idea
not sure if they're aware that he's made this play. Let's see how much they can get out of this. He's coming.
Yeah, this is cool.
He should get magics here.
He should. There's 2 players there, so if he has good trigger discipline, which I don't think he will. I mean, when you're in this position, you want to take the first. But if he comes up, he'll spot Dexter as well. And he is actually going to be quite disciplined about
20
this.
20 seconds, though. He will need to take a shot.
He needs to eventually. We're seeing 2. Oh, getting into a position where he can fight them both. He wants to take Dexter.
Oh!
ZEDKO brings down both, and now the acceleration, now the call to go. 10 seconds left in the timer, and now the bomb comes forward. Beastic puts it down. The double door swing wide open, and it's a round we'll all forget.
Oh, wow.
That had everything in it.
It had everything. The triple boost with the deagle, the flank like that, the tricky little maneuver. You love to see it. I can't believe how long he weighed up his options. Like the fact that he came through and cleared, because as soon as you see Magic's on that box taking a forward fight, you're thinking, well, maybe I'll just get this kill and my teammates can run on out. But takes his time, lines 2 up, bang and bang. Beautiful shooting here. You catch it again on the replay. Whoa.
That was pretty poggers, Chad.
I can't believe it as well. The plan, he couldn't really run into the site, right? There wasn't time to go deeper, so a little bit unlucky there, just the clock being the nuisance, but keeping him threatening it around. Beastic finds the opening, Patsy's down. He's going to get in towards the warehouse position and stay alive, and down the vent, they're going to drop. This is the chance right now.
This is the chance to close it here for Sinners. They're down on the lowest side. Beastic extends to the smoke. Does a lot of damage to Magix, but hasn't taken a kill, so we're still at a 4v4. Equilibrium established again. But a retake is needed for Team Spirit to stay alive. They're coming through the ramp. Siren's still in top A. He's worried about a player cutting off rotation.
Look at all these smokes, mollies, flashes here to make this one work. They can pull this off, Spirit.
Yeah, they force Shock away from his tucked position at Dark and actually taking a kill on ZEDKO. This is brilliant from Team Spirit to take these kills.
Oh, vent drops coming in now, but they've just left that position.
They have to focus on the site now instead, and so that does give the chance for the flank around the backside. They've got a decon instead. The door swing wide open.
Time to
2
problem.
kills from Neo, and it's time. The time is ticking. Dexter has to clutch this with the AWP. The shot, he reacts to it, but the time, there's not enough of it. Team Spirit will go down. The double kill with the door swing wide open. And what a performance from Sinners. That first half, it really felt like they'd done enough to close this game out in the first half. It felt almost done. It was for Team Spirit to build up a few rounds coming into the second half, and Sinners make a statement performance today.
Absolute clinic, right? That was fantastic.